Morning, everybody. Thanks for joining me for my work week forecast for February 8th through February 12th. Very busy weather pattern currently, very wintry weather pattern. Although we'll have to see if we actually end up with any real significant storms, especially towards the end of the week. Right now, it looks like maybe not, but there's lots of energy. The pattern's very favorable for snow. And we'll definitely see some snow, whether it's just a bunch of kind of light snow events or potentially a bigger snow event either late in this week or over the weekend. A little bit to be determined. But also, we're going to focus mostly on, we are going to get some snow tomorrow, so we're going to focus on, in terms of accumulations and things like that snowstorm, and then we'll talk a little bit about the snowstorm going forward. But in terms of the pattern, why is the pattern so favorable? You can see, probably heard, this is a piece of the polar vortex, which just means like there's usually a spot in the northern hemisphere where you have your kind of coldest core of cold air. It had been over Siberia for much of the winter. It has finally kind of moved into Canada, and a piece of it is kind of sinking down across the upper Midwest. And that puts us on the exit side of the trough, which is where you want to be for snow. The only thing kind of keeping us from big storms right at the moment is you can see that we are still kind of a little bit zonal here in terms of the exit. Instead of the exit of the trough being kind of a big ridge on the east coast, it's zonal, and so it's shoving things kind of out to sea. That's why our storm yesterday skirted to our south and east. The question really here is, does this, by the end of the week, realign itself so there's a bit more of a ridge off the Atlantic coast to kind of allow some more significant storm development, and that's right up the coast? Or do we sort of stay in the same kind of general pattern we're in here, where storms kind of skirt to our south and we get brushed with small snowstorms? Models have gone back and forth on how that's going to play out, and it's probably a bit early to tell. But basically, for the next 2 weeks, we're in this pattern where we're favorable for at least a lot of small snow events, and certainly if things come together right for a big snow event. In terms of the surface, you can see we've got lots of kind of energy here pushing off the Rockies. This energy will take a while to get together and will eventually be our storm for later in the week. There's a bit of a surface trough here that you can hardly see. There's a little bit of snow associated with this. I'm going to show you that on radar, and a little bit of a low pressure. This storm that's going to come through tomorrow is pretty weak at the moment. It will be strengthening, but not that significantly. Temperatures, we do have, like I said, finally we have some cold air across Canada. You can see here's the core of the polar vortex, where we got minus 40s, even a minus 50 up there in Alaska. Again, that's very cold. It's also not. I mean, it's Alaska. Sometimes it gets that cold in Alaska. But you can see a piece of it is definitely broken off and is headed across the upper Midwest. This is the first time we've seen kind of these minus 20, minus 30 kind of numbers across southern Canada and into the northern part of the upper Midwest yet this year. We could get a piece. We're not going to get any of these kind of temperatures, but most of this is going to be locked over the upper Midwest. Next weekend, we could get a piece of this and get quite cold. We are going to be seasonably cold this week, but also not like bitter midwinter cold, really. Radar, we can see that the storm that is sort of starting to get going, and you see it sliding mostly west to east. Not a lot of strong echoes here. This will intensify some as it comes through tomorrow. So we will get some accumulating snow, but it's going to be a rather weak storm. And it's basically just along the difference between seasonable temperatures and cold temperatures. Basically, there's a temperature contrast there, which is causing that storm to happen. In terms of the work week forecast, what does that look like? Today, we're mostly sunny. Winds, it could be a little breezy this morning. Those winds will diminish this afternoon. Will be near 20 today. Pretty chilly, or a little bit chilly, but overall, the ski conditions are absolutely amazing, so get out there and ski if you can today. Tomorrow, light snow in the morning with a light accumulation of generally 1 to 3 inches. I'll show you a map here right after this slide that gives you a better idea of exactly who's going to get snow tomorrow. We'll be in the low 20s. Snow will be nice and fluffy. Roads will be slick. Most of the snow comes during the morning, between about dawn and noon. Wednesday, mix of sun and clouds, highs in the mid-20s, so a little bit warmer, but still, but the skiing will be amazing on Wednesday. Thursday and Friday, that's where the question starts to come in. Thursday, mostly cloudy. Looks like we have a chance of some light snow on Thursday. unless things kind of consolidate, in which case I would probably push things back into Friday, but very uncertain for Thursday, Friday, and into the weekend. Whether it comes through as 3 or 4 small pieces of energy that gives us, kind of a dusting to a couple inches of snow each day, or whether everything consolidates on Friday or Saturday or maybe even in Sunday and we get a bigger snowstorm. That's very much to be determined. So be prepared. Probably there will be some uncertain weather or unsettled weather towards the end of the week, but whether it comes as a series of light snow events or a big snow event, the models are not at all able to figure that out at this point. And my ability to figure that out beyond the models would be guesswork at best. So what does the snow look like for tomorrow? Generally, a little bit more snow to the south, and elevation will play a little bit of a role as always. If you get up towards the northern parts of Rutland and Windsor County, just an inch, coating to an inch up there, 1 to 2 inches basically for most of Windsor and Rutland County. Mostly 2 to 3 inches for Bennington and Windham County, as you can see, enhanced by the elevation. And if you're in the very southern greens there, 3 to 4 inches of snow looks pretty likely. So a small snow event like many that we've had, but certainly enough to, especially in Windsor, in Windham and Bennington County, enough snow to cause the roads to be slick for the morning. So shouldn't be too bad, but should be, keep an eye out there for it and give yourself a little extra time tomorrow morning. I will be back this week with some updates on the weather, certainly as we get a little more detail on what's going to happen on Thursday and Friday. I'll be back with that, and I will certainly be back on Friday morning with a look at your weekend weather. And if you're interested in an early look at your weekend weather, you can become a patron because I do a forecast for them on Wednesday mornings, focusing on weekend weather and also on some details on what's going to happen in the extended period beyond that. And if you want to do that, there's a link below to how to see my patrons page. And big thank you to my patrons who help support what I do here. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do that. Otherwise, have a good week. Try to get out there and enjoy the beautiful snow conditions we have.